there everyone, my name is the one and only Silverreploid CLE and welcome to Reaction Premiere, either Premiere or just an actual regular upload, just done it on a different day, but decided to upload instead of premiering it. But enough about that. Welcome back to another Reaction Premiere slash upload guys, and this was recorded on yesterday, which was Sunday, July 11th in the evening time because, well, I looked at some of these reaction requests you guys been sending me, and of course, I also found a couple that I've decided to react to in general. But this one right here is a request, and of course, I've been requested to react to 3 gadgets from Shark Tank tested by design experts, well equipped by Epicurious. So this is the channel Epicurious who are testing out 3 gadgets from Shark Tank, and of course, they're tested by design experts. And of course, we're about to see how it works this magic. But before coming to this reaction, guys, make sure you pause real quick and subscribe to Epicurious for more videos. As always, guys, I'm going to add the channel in the usual areas, DCO, in the description, comments, and the outro. With that being said, everyone, let's go ahead and react to this gadget-like video slash culinary. If they, I can't even talk right, because as you can see, they're showing the turkey, roasted turkey right there, and of course, I just want to turn to the whole thing. But anyway, guys, enough about talking about food. Let's just get to the video. Rolling clip now.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
That thing?
Hello, sharks.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Dan, and I've been designing kitchen gadgets for 40 years. I'm going to test some gadgets that you may have seen on the show Shark Tank and see if I can find a way to make them better. If it was angled more, then make this a convex shape. Size it for the inner shape of the bread. These are the gadgets.
Also, he's actually
turkey chainsaw, guzzle buddy, baker's edge brownie pan, scrub daddy, fun bites food cutter.
What? Well-equipped Shark Tank gadgets. Just like I said in the title.
Turkey chainsaw. Its purpose in life is to scare the crap out of your family on Thanksgiving.
Huh.
Let's see how
Imagine people investing on something like that. Imagine people investing on something like that come this year's Thanksgiving, and of course, well, at least we got the meat cutter, the meat saw, like the electric knife, where you like, but we usually use it when it comes to doing brisket and whatnot. I don't recall having to use it for turkey or anything, but that right there seems kind of excellent. But let's see its effectiveness. That's what it's showing. That's getting ready to show.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Just wow, man. The way he be afraid. I thought he was in a movie and whatnot. Oh my gosh.
All right, that was
thinly sliced turkey breast.
The cut itself is relatively easy. The holding it was rather awkward, but I thought the blades worked fine. Let's see what it's like to dismember the leg.
Pardon me. Ooh. I want that
Well,
leg.
it's not doing what a chainsaw would do, and actually this plastic piece is preventing me from getting deep into the leg to really do the cutting. So at this point, what I would have to do is get a good old manual knife.
So the plastic is not
Let's say you don't
making it
have a
cut very well
home.
for the turkey.
Let's see how it compares to a regular carving knife.
Oh, so they're doing the compare and contrast. Either way, you're still turkey.
In terms of effectiveness, I would give the turkey chainsaw a 3 out of 5.
That's only
if
when
they
you're cutting
still
turkey
have
breast.
an appetite after that horrific-looking mutilation of the turkey, I think they'd be fine eating it. Let's try the left-handed oil test. By making my non-dominant hand slippery and using my non-dominant hand, it's a quick way to point out any deficiencies in usability. Whoa! It started a little too soon, but I'm still okay, I think.
Even with that circumstance, it still works 100%.
So
for turkey breast.
No problem. In general, the whole
he'll probably have some cons when cutting it manually without the turkey chainsaw.
I would give the Mighty Carver turkey chainsaw a 2 out of 5, only because it seems unnecessarily heavy and it does demand a 2-hand operation, and not to mention the fact that it's just kind of overall silly. Let's talk about a redesign. The plastic piece on top is purely superficial. It is there to make this look like a chainsaw, but in doing that, it is really making the chainsaw less usable. I think I would actually extend these blades. So if you're using an actual chainsaw, you really wouldn't want to use
so
but if you're using a knife,
from the they go from original to redesign, like how they would like recommend it looking and whatnot in terms of its specifications. Okay.
The balance is a bit off. a little bit back heavy.
I'm starting to get the blueprint
Aside
now.
from that, cleanability is going to be hellish. As a designer, I'm actually a little
No
insulted
kidding.
by this. I can see what they're going for, like some sort of fun aspect to carving a turkey, but there's so much plastic here and so much waste. You certainly don't want the kids getting hold of this. Because
Yeah,
they wanna
keep
play
out
with
of
the
reach
chainsaw
of the
that's in
children,
kitchen.
because if
So
you
in that
let
regard,
them...
it could be very dangerous.
No,
In terms
never
of
mind.
a buy rating for the Mighty Carver Turkey Chainsaw, I would give this a 0 out of 5. I wouldn't really recommend it
Yeah,
to
me
anyone.
neither.
It's a whole lot of plastic. It doesn't function well. I just want nothing to do
It
with
could
it.
go
And
well
for
with
that
trimming the
reason,
bush.
I am out. Guzzle Buddy. Its
Guzzle
purpose
Buddy,
in
huh?
life is to make you feel better about drinking wine straight from the bottle. Let's
Why
see
not
how
Sprite
effective it
cranberry
is.
or soda?
I have a bottle of white wine. Guzzle Buddy is inserted. Let's see how it goes.
Also, it goes through the, oh yeah, like an attachment to the wine bottle.
I'm trying the chug thing. Okay, so there's basically a hole here, so it doesn't keep the wine in the glass itself, and you literally are just drinking from the bottle. It maybe is just a little bit more presentable. Although I think
Even if you're
once
not
you start
using the
drinking
Guzzle
from this,
Buddy,
you're
you can
pretty
still
much
drink out of the
committed
bottle.
to finishing the whole bottle,
Well,
which may not
maybe.
be a problem for a lot of you, unless your friends don't mind drinking backwash.
Yes,
Let's see
that's
how the
another
Guzzle
thing.
Buddy compares
That's a
to
con.
drinking wine from a boring old wine glass.
Wine glass wins. Yep.
In terms of effectiveness, I would give the Guzzle Buddy a 3 out of 5. It may
I mean, think
look
of it
just
as
a little
pure.
bit better than drinking
The water
directly out of
filter
the
that you
bottle,
use for
but
faucets,
really, that's up to
where you
and your
filter out the
fitness.
impurities from the
Let's test its
faucet water
usability.
and it turns to
Both hands are
purified and
oiled
filtered
up.
water.
I will
It can
insert
be
Guzzle
time
Buddy,
consuming. I wonder if they got it on there. On here.
and
Wait, so every time it's gonna apply olive oil?
I'm finding
the
that
hands?
because it's a full bottom and the weight is a little heavy at the far end, I'm going to try to choke up on it. But of course, that's not going to work.
I'll
too
probably give
well
this a
with
0 out of
slippery
5
hands.
recommended
This is so
by.
hard to hold. What you may want to do
Let's
is
see.
just drink it really fast. In terms of usability, I would give the Guzzle Buddy a 1 out of 5. It just wasn't that pleasant to use. It kind of gushes. To be honest,
Probably
I would
get that
just
a
drink
0
it
out of 5
straight
for
out of the
buying.
bottle, as usual.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a redesign. What's interesting about the Guzzle Buddy is I never really considered a bottle of wine a single serve portion. So one of the things that I may
Just widen the
a
area there.
valve of some sort, maybe just a simple like flapper valve, so that when you pour it, it will go upright and you'll still have your wine contained in the glass.
Oh yeah.
So one
Okay.
solution, another thought is, what if this was designed with a stem on it, without a hole, that would allow it to stand, and you could pour the wine into it.
Makes
In
sense.
terms of a buy rating, I would give the Guzzle Buddy a 1. It just doesn't do anything magical enough. You can't even pass the bottle around because you have so much backwash. Nice try, Guzzle Buddy.
Yeah.
Baker's Edge Brownie Pan.
Ooh.
It is designed to maximize
Baker's Edge Brownie
the
Pan.
amount of edges in your batch of brownies. Let's test its effectiveness. Like, even though this is non-stick, I have better luck by oiling it.
Always
Ground brownies,
oil your
not
pan
stuck
prior to
brownies.
baking.
I think I will
It's top
start
priority.
by trying not to get it on the ridges. I'll probably go with that as it is. It looks relatively even. Off to the
It might
oven.
be one of the cons where if you happen to get on the ridges, it'll bake
Okay, we're back
oddly
in the kitchen, and
a bit.
we've got some brownies.
You just have to be careful how you
baked
pour the
and cooled,
batter and whatnot.
And it's time to remove
mixture.
some brownies. So the Baker's Edge brownie pan comes with a spatula sized for the brownies that it makes. And boy, I do hear it like it's crusty on the edge. Let's work our way around. And it's pretty easy. It actually released pretty quickly and easily. Okay, let's try one of the brownies. And guess what? I'm going to try one with a triple edge.
How is it?
It tastes fine. Again, the example is I don't just get one edge, I get 3. I've got to say honestly, until I saw this product, I never spent that much time thinking about brownie edges. Now, after trying this, that's all I can think about. Brownie edges. Solved a problem that I never knew I had. Let's see how the Baker's Edge brownie pan compares with a more
I'd rather that
standard
pan.
brownie pan.
Much more quantity. Oh, the Baker Edge brownie pan won that one, I think. Yep, I knew it.
In terms of effectiveness, I would give the Baker's
Wow.
Edge brownie pan a 5 out of 5. It certainly did what it was purported to do. If you like brownie edges, this would be the way to go. I have instantly become a fan of brownie edges. I'm going to test its usability.
This will probably be a 5 out of 5 recommended
Again,
buy.
I'm using the spatula that came
That's what I'm thinking.
with the baker's edge pan. First brownie's out. Took a bit of force to do that because you can see what I'm doing is I'm pressing down a lot. I'm pushing down along the edge quite a bit. But there's nothing for me to push against. I've got a slippery handle, a straight-sided handle, and as I push down that way, my hand just wants to slip. So that wasn't as easy as it could have been. In terms of usability, I would give this a 4.5, and there's nothing wrong with the pan. The pan itself would get a 5 if it wasn't for the spatula, which could use some improvement. So let's talk about a redesign. My suggestion here is going to be pretty straightforward. I would make sure that this is firm enough to cut into the brownies. But mainly what I would do is anticipate the fact that you will be pushing down that way and you want to push against something. So either make this a convex shape or a concave shape. This applies to a lot of products that we talk about. A simple shape could really help your hand maneuver and apply some force and pressure. So for a buy rating, I would give it a 5 out of 5. I think it does what it promises to do, and it does it really effectively. I would encourage Mr. Wonderful to invest in it. Spatula,
wow,
not so much.
Not too shabby, though.
Scrub Daddy, scouring pad.
Scrub Daddy scouring pad.
To clean your pots and pans with a smile. Let's see how effective it is. One of the interesting properties of Scrub Daddy is that in cold water at room temperature, it's rather stiff and scrubby, but in hot water or warm water,
very foamy.
It will soften up. Let's see what that means for scrubbing a pan. This has been soaking in cold water, which means it's stiffened up a bit. It does feel like it has some abrasion to it. It is working, but it would take some going back and forth.
Not unless you do it with hot.
Put it in the warm water. Let it sit for a second, and let's try warm water.
Everything goes well when it comes to washing dishes with hot water. Hot sterilized dishwater.
I would use hot water and a more abrasive scrub pad. But what's happening with Scrub Daddy is the cold water is making it stiffer and more abrasive, and the hot water is softening it. So it seems
which makes it easier to remove any scum from the pots and pans.
Let's see how
definitely effective. It lets some spots on there, I see.
Between the cold and the hot part. But I think in either case, the Scrub Daddy did okay. Scrub Daddy claims it can do a number of things. One claim
why not just use a scraping pad? Well, no, it'll scratch up the paint, the coating.
Clean a spoon or utensils. Another claim is that you can put your fingers into the eye holes and be able to twist around when it's inside a glass. Finally, they say that you can even scrub the skin off of a potato. So technically, we were somewhat successful. It can do some of those things.
Yeah.
Let's say you don't have a Scrub Daddy in your kitchen. Let's see how it compares to a more traditional scouring sponge.
I don't really rely on sponges anymore like I used to. The sponge really does the trick though, looking at the differences.
In terms of effectiveness, I would give the Scrub Daddy a 3 out of 5. I think the thing that's holding me back is the contradiction that with hot water it gets
I told you the
when that's really
that won't do.
Want the abrasion. We're not going to do the left-handed oil test with Scrub Daddy. It doesn't really make sense. It's soap and water.
No, considering that it's a dishwashing tool.
But in terms of usability, I would give the Scrub Daddy a 3 out of 5. Finger holes work well. It's okay to put utensils into the mouth to
and of course,
off. The real problem is, and the contradiction is that it softens up in hot water when you want the hot water the most. Let's talk about a redesign. This may be a anti-Scrub Daddy idea, but what would it be like if there was a more traditional scrub pad on one side of it? So what you would have is the best of both worlds. You'd have something that would stiffen up in cold water, be soft, but still be abrasive. You could use either side of it because it has two sides. So it would be a combination of Scrub Daddy and a more traditional scouring pad.
Okay. What's this here?
So I have been informed that this is not an original idea. This does exist. It is from the makers of Scrub Daddy. It is called Scrub Mommy.
Oh, okay.
In terms of a buy rating, I would give a Scrub Daddy a 3 out of 5.
Yep.
You know why?
True, I guess.
I would give Scrub Mommy a higher rating. So
Yep.
Scrub Daddy, since I learned about Scrub Mommy,
Scrub Mommy got a pass on that one.
Fun Bites.
Last one.
Their purpose in life
Fun
is
Bites
to cut
food
into
cutter.
fun little shapes for kids. Let's see how effective they are. I have in front of me a stack of peanut butter and
What?
jelly sandwiches. So let's just go right for the middle. I'm going to press down, and I can see that there's peanut butter and jelly squishing out. The bottom of this is curved, which gives me a chance to rock it. I am now going to
Is it really effective though?
extract.
Oh!
It looks pretty clean on this side. Looks a little messy on this
Oh
side.
yeah, that's a con right there.
Let's see what we get. A little more
Oh, wait a
gooey
minute.
than I would hope. The top of the bread didn't stay intact. The peanut butter and jelly just oozed around
Peanut
it.
butter
So
jelly
not as
time.
beautifully clean
I love peanut butter and
as
jelly.
you would expect, or at least you
I might use
want.
some sometime
Let's
this
see
week.
how the Fun Bites food cutters compare to using a bread knife.
Yeah, that's totally rudimentary for the cutting knife. Yep. Almost
In terms
close.
of effectiveness, I would give the Fun Bite food cutters a 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
A little disappointed in their performance, especially with peanut butter
Yeah.
and jelly. But I was also rather disappointed that they're not sized really for.
But it does give a
standard
great
size piece
design
of
to the
bread.
bread.
Let's test its usability. This is designed for kids, and there's no real easy way for me to simulate that. Even though I'm making my hands slippery.
Yeah, I'd rather
gave
stick
up
to the
on peanut butter and
fundamentals.
jelly because I think that's going to be an oozing
You can
mess.
probably do that for
So I'm
fruit
going
like
to start
watermelon
with
or
just a tiny
honeydew
piece of
or
bread
even
and see
freaking
how they work.
pineapple
Start with
or
the
some sort.
plain squares. Press down and rock.
Any fruit that has that much
You do
capacity
have some
or
cubes.
measurement
This is giving me hope that if it was a cheese
To make
sandwich
it
or something a little more
easy to
solid,
cut like that.
this would be usable and you would end up with bite-sized pieces. And let's
I mean,
try
you could probably do it
watermelon.
with
I'm gonna
fruit,
do the
I'm
heart-shaped
sure.
Pieces on the watermelon. Position somewhere near the center. Press down. Pop it up.
See, you
Press
could do it for
out.
watermelon,
This
I'm
time
sure.
I'm gonna press it a little more carefully
Yeah, you can do it with
so
watermelon.
that it falls into place.
Very gorgeous and
that
perfect shape.
actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
That would be fun to present. Again, you have a lot of leftover watermelon that someone's got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try a self-portrait.
I'll take it off
out
your
of
hands if
watermelon
it's
and
clean.
bread. Heart-shaped eyes. Lovely little nose. Let's see how effective it is. This guy's okay. In terms of usability,
Jeez.
I would give this a 3 out of 5. It works better on some food than others, but it's a little too wasteful for me to love it. Let's
Yeah.
talk about a redesign. One of the things I was concerned about was the amount of waste. What I would suggest, or at least try, is making this large enough so that it either more fully covers a piece of bread.
Or what the
and
manufacturer
leaves
could
out the
do is
crust,
make them
or
into
even go large enough so
actual
that
size
you
of the
include
well,
the
then
crust.
to I don't know.
Worst case scenario, if you overshoot the size, you may trick the kids into eating some of the crust. The first round of messiness had to do with peanut butter and jelly. I would experiment with some larger sizes, very specifically for peanut butter and jelly. In terms of a buy rating, I would give the Fun Bites
Yeah,
food
I
cutters
agree.
a 2 out of 5. I know what they're going for, and the amount of waste is just,
I mean,
think,
it's
a bit
okay.
unforgivable. Personally, I am not ready to invest in Fun Bites food cutters. Not that I have any money to invest.
I'm not ready to invest in
Bonus
other stuff.
gadget.
Oh,
You may
what's
not
this?
have noticed, but I've been wearing another Shark Tank gadget this entire time. The Bev Buckle. Its purpose in life
The dev buckle?
is to hold my beer.
Huh. I'd rather hold a bottle of soda. I don't drink beer.
5 out of 5. So all of these have already passed the Shark Tank test, and that says something. Some of these have some sort of spark or some sort of fun aspect to them. Still, I think some of them are performing better than others. Scrub Daddy, for instance, is a big hit. People love it. Not too sure about the turkey chainsaw. But all that said, all of these gadgets are kind of fun. So keep up the good work, Sharks. Especially you, Mr. Wonderful.
Alright guys, gonna stop right there. So that was the gadget review from Epicurious, where they review the Shark Tank gadgets, where they have the turkey cutter, the turkey chainsaw, the scrubbing pad, the brownie baking pan, also the beer holder and the food cutter, and of course the wine bottle attachment, whatever it's called, the wine mug or whatever. But I'm not really ready to invest in these sort of gadgets. I'd rather just stick to the fundamental stuff that I love to use, even though it might be time consuming. If it's time consuming, then heck, that's fine by me. I really don't give a shrimp. But anyway, guys, that right there was review from Epicurious, reviewing the 5 gadgets, and of course the bonus gadget, if you will. And I do hope you guys enjoyed reacting to this video to the fullest, and of course my little take on each and every one of them. And of course, once again guys, this was a request by a fellow collaborate with me to check this out. And of course, I find it very interesting, but at the same time, though, it may have some cons. But heck, everything has cons, so go figure. But anyway, guys, hope you liked this reaction as always. If you did, as always, do not hesitate to hit the thumbs up button because it really keeps me going. And make sure you subscribe once again to Epicurious. As always, guys, I'm going to add a channel in the usual areas. DCO in the description, comments, and the outro. With that being said, everyone, if you're new to my channel otherwise and want to see more videos, do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button with notifications on. Social media links are in the description, and my Twitch channel, and do not forget as always to share because we care. And with that said, there are more to come soon. This is Reploid/Inkling himself, Silverreploid TLE. I love you guys as fullest, and as always, I will see Reploids, Mavericks, Maverick Hunters, Sigma, Gadget fans. I'm a Gadget fan too for certain things. Inklings, Octolings, females, etc. Everyone. In the next video, stay blessed, warm, loved, safe, quarantined, cooled off, and fresh in the flesh. And I'll see you guys next time at the Utopia. Become a part of the Alpha branch of the Reploid Utopia and receive great perks such as honorable mentions and more.